It's blessings. It's blessings. It's blessings on top of blessings. It's blessings. No stressing. No stressing. Devil's testing. Devil's testing. It's blessings. It's blessings. No stressing. I'ma be your dressing. I'ma cover you up like I'm the dressing. It's blessings. It's blessings. The devil testing. Devil testing. No stressing. No stressing. A hell of a lesson. Hell of a lesson. It's blessings. It's blessings. I'ma cover you up like I'm the dressing. It's blessings. Devil testing. Stay away from the messing. It's blessing. It's blessings. No stressing. No stressing. Caressing. Caressing. It's blessings. It's blessings. I'ma cover you up like I'm the dressing. No messing. No messing. The devil's testing. The devil's testing. Hell of a lesson. No stressing. Caressing. Just blessings. Hey, y'all. I hope y'all are being blessed this morning. That was just a little minor introduction. Nothing big. Nothing big. Don't smoke no cigs. Do y'all hear me? Don't smoke no cigs. Nothing big. I'ma look good even if I'm rocking a twig. You know the little twigs they put on top of your head. You know, like the little however alfalfa looking look like whoa or whatever look. It's nothing big. I'ma look good if I'm even rocking a twig. And what? Y'all let go of them cigs, cause guess what? This is the message that I wanted to talk about. Okay. My oldest sister, you know, we used to have to do things or whatever. And, you know, we meant in our hearts we wasn't going to prostitute or anything like that. So a lot of people was into drugs. You know, drugs is witchcraft still. It's you think that you're getting away with something with even like, but when a person is hurt and they're doing drugs, it's a different way of dealing with drugs, but it's still all the same. It still puts you in lack. It still puts you in poverty. It still puts you down or whatever, no matter what it is to do with drugs. When you're using drugs, it's going to always be a negative or whatever, period, or whatever. So, you know, me and my family, we had to, and you know, if you know, like I know, that money come real fast, but then it's snatched away from you because you're not using the right energy to produce or whatever. And so that's how we had to make it. We was out here young in the streets, you know, and my oldest sister, she took care of us a lot. You know, she tried her best, but she had her own kids, and she started smoking cigarettes at 10 years old. From what she told me, I was living in my hometown, and she came and got me because I was living on the streets while I was 11 and 12 years old, in my hometown, you know, homeless, because I ran away from my grandparents' home because my grandfather was a pervert. He had molested a lot of people in our family. So, whatever, I was out there on the streets. She made them bring me to the city that I'm in now, or whatever. My sister was a hairdresser. Granted, whatever, she could do hair so pretty. She had a lot of customers with that, but we also did street stuff. You know, we were always around the gangsters in the hood. We lived in the hood. You know, we used to operate from the hood, everything, doing hair out of the house, whatever. That's how my oldest daughter, which I got pregnant with her at 14, that's how she knows She really knows how to do hair really, really good. I used to know, I did hair real good. I used to do my own hair too, whatever, and I fell off because, I felt that wasn't nothing going to ever come through for that. So, but I'm telling y'all to say this or whatever, cigarettes or whatever. I remember when I was 13, my sister used to do hair or whatever, and she would have customers come to her house, and she would have them back to back. She would get done with one person's hair or whatever, and sometimes it took a while because she, way back in the day, she would be doing like head full of like the little things like the micros, but she would also dip them and curl them up and braid them up and soak them and all kinds of stuff. Like, I just remember all the hairstyles she used to do used to be so pretty. They were so pretty. And I love braids. She always used to keep my hair braided up. So, she used to do hair. I was praying. I remember when I was only 13 years old when I got to this city. And, my sister, she used to chain smoke. She was smoking cigarettes so bad, and I hated the smell, and we had to live around that for the time being, and we got in trouble and stuff for the things that we were doing out there. I've paid my dues, did whatever. And, karmic lessons are here to show us what we have done. We have to pay for our mistakes, what we have done. And then, whatever, you move on, but you change from that way of life. You change from being that way. You change up from thinking like that, because the trouble that you get into be so deep or whatever, you don't want to take that route again. So you try to find another positive way to move forward or whatever. So, we went through that situation too, but I'm saying all of this to say, my sister, we did a lot of things or whatever, like we dealt with drugs, whatever. My sister, she smoked cigarettes like chain smoke. She smoked a lot of packs all day. I used to be there praying, telling God, please stop her from smoking, because I hated the smoke going in my throat and all of that. And I just wanted God to make her stop smoking, but she couldn't. She had an addiction. It was a bad addiction. And if like I know, when you have addictions and you never get healed or you never can cope with your addictions, it just takes you further and further to a deeper, darker addiction or whatever. You keep adding addictions and more addictions and more addictions and more addictions or whatever, till you have dug a hole so far that you can't begin to understand how you could get out of this hole or whatever. So, we went through that slowly but sure. God have been having his hand on me. My sister, she believed in God, but, it was times, and she even spoken when she was in jail, because we would catch drug charges, slowly but sure, whatever, sometimes I wasn't even there, or, things would happen where God would, because every day I was praying for God to cover me and keep me and my family as well. But, sometimes we're hard-headed and we don't want to listen, because if we don't know any better and we haven't been taught any better, you're just thinking that you're trying to make a way for yourself, and you're not knowing that, hey, this could get you in trouble. This could be something that you could never come back from. This could be, it's just so much of whatever, dealing with situations when you're in karmic cycles and being operated in being in karma. And so it was real. It was real in the field. I'm telling you, that's, I got a lot more stories. I'm going to start, I want to start my documentary very soon, but I'm saying all this to say, whatever, you smoke cigarettes, whatever. It's not even about what we put in our body. It's not. It's what come from our heart. But know this, if you are committing to putting bad stuff in your body, you got to be ready for the consequences to come. My sister, she smoked, and it took me to get older to understand a lot of things that have occurred in my family. If you don't know no better, you're headed on a road of destruction. And if you know, like I know, you could end up in a premature death, anything. God wasn't saying it was your time to go or whatever, Just being in karmic and toxic situations could take you up out of here with, God not even having no control over it, but you chose that path because God was constantly telling you, putting his, outstretching his arm, telling you to come from over there, come from out of that. And we don't listen. We don't listen or whatever. We feel that it's, because we don't know any better. It's our mental. That's why I'm telling everyone, everything is operated from our mental. It go from our mental. It go to our heart. It go from our heart. It go to our mental. And it give you a way of life to live and to change your ways and your thoughts and your actions and, so forth or whatever. So no one have to be bad in this world. If you're hating, if you're racist, if you could be black and be racist, you could be white and be racist. All these Aryan brotherhoods and all of this. This was a way of life that these people had been taught from their ancestors. Their ancestors were slave masters. They killed people. They thought of black people to be nothing, of shit, of nothing, or whatever. And these people they taught their kids this way, and it's not the way. Everyone is considered as equal just to love. You got all these people out here with these biracial couples and all that. Man, just give love. Let people live their life. Take that hate and that anger and that ugliness out of your heart and live your life just, in peace. Stop trying to be reckless and prejudiced and demonic and evil, because you got to know your ass is going to burn. Half of us is burning by the Holy Ghost fire right now on this earth, and we're being guided and led and used and operating out of the Holy Ghost, the anointing of the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, or whatever, and we are divine beings, or whatever. Then you got these other mofos over here that's burning on earth, that's been evil, been prejudiced, been thinking that they were up here and black folks are up here and, hey, boy, you better submit to me and you better talk to me like this and like that. No, it shouldn't be no one trying to sit up here and follow you and watch you and all this stuff because of your way of thinking, just out of a pure heart and of love. You don't watch me and follow me. No, what you need to do is get your people in line. You don't try to get me in line because I'm speaking the truth. You know it's the truth. You know that's what God requires. And if you're of the devil, you're just of the devil. And a lot of people of the devil is getting ready to leave up out of here. And the corona just was filling God's prophecy out of the Bible. I promise you that disease is in the Bible. But God is coming with something else. And a lot of evil people, prejudiced people, people that got hate in their hearts and all of that. There's not going to have to be nothing done to you, because God is going to let the devil have you because you already belong to the devil. And he's going to, the same devil you use is going to abuse you and take you up out of here. No one's going to have to do anything. That same rifle and that same ugliness and that same, arm that you're trying to use to get ready to take someone up out of here is going to turn around and be pulled on you. And you're not going to know what to do, because you're going to be standing in that same place that you stood in to try to take the life of another person. I'm telling y'all, God give me messages, and I just want to get them out, because when I hold them in, it just does something to me. I'm telling y'all better wake up and y'all better change, because it's going to get hectic. It's too much evil and too much bad going on in the world for this world to just run peacefully. We can give out positive messages and give out great quotes all day long. We can go to the Bible and pick out nothing but the good scriptures and get on a platform and use our gift and, I'm raising a vibration. But if you're not telling them what's to come about the bad that we have in our hearts and the ugliness that we're doing, then you're a false prophet. I don't give a damn where your platform is at. I don't give a damn if you millions on top of zillions of subscribers. You are still an empty being of light that's being used to carry out something that is leading to nowhere because you're not telling people the truth. You got to bring the bad with the good. And people don't want to hear that all the time. I don't want to hear some of the bad stuff that I've did, and may even do. You know, we just pop up out of the bed one day, just think, oh, you know, this person think they're going to treat me like this or whatever. You don't have to use your energy to get back at them. You don't. Just live your life. Go on about your business. If there's someone breaking in your home trying to hurt you and your kids, that's when you kill. You do not kill people because of your hate and your anger and all of your shit. Because that burning that you're going to get for eternity is going to be way more painful than what you thought. You took a person's life. You did this. You did all this ugliness. It's not going to work for you. Honey, whatever energy, I'm a living proof witness. I will tell you, my ass been beat down from using my energy to be. Now I know better. I know, just go on about your business. If they treat you bad, if they do you ugly, if they kill, if they steal, if they whatever, do whatever to you, leave it in God's hands. Leave it in Spirit's hands. Leave it in the universe, because guess what? God is going to use someone else. That same ugliness that this person did to you, someone else is going to come and do it to them. Okay, so y'all got to look. I'm telling you, so I skipped all the way from the cigarettes or whatever. My sister had been smoking cigarettes for 10 years. I prayed to God. I kept praying. My sister was so fed up with life and so fed up with hurting and so fed up with things that had occurred in our lives or whatever, from being molested as a child to all this stuff or whatever. She was hurting so bad, and hurt people, they hurt people. Hurt people, you know, they do things out of unawakeness. You're walking spiritually blind or whatever, you know, so you're going to do some things that you think is right because you're not awakened. You don't realize, and if you haven't been taught any better, you don't know any better. You're going to do what you think is best for you. And a lot of things we did, we thought was best for us because we didn't know any better. We hadn't been taught. No one told us that, don't do this, go do this, go. You know, we had no one to keep, you know, to hold us up. You know, we were just out here, thought we were trying to make it or whatever. And my sister smoked cigarettes from 10 years old. And, you know, it was times or whatever, all this stuff was happening. Y'all have to listen to the story because it's a powerful story. But they're taking my shit and putting it on television, putting it in movies, using it to play parts that I'm speaking of or whatever. So I'm going to have to kind of try to move out of YouTube and, you know, go out into the free world and be used by God, you know, to bring peace and love and show compassion or whatever. But don't get it twisted. Don't come at me because people think you weak when you showing them a form of love or whatever. And they need to stop that. You know, you got grimy people that's spiritually unawakened that will take you for a loop. They'll take you for everything you own or whatever. So, but what I'm saying all this to say, you know, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just telling you my experiences. My sister smoked cigarettes from 10 years old or whatever. She went to prison, you know, from selling drugs or whatever. It was a friend that she was giving her free drugs. This girl turned around and got, my sister got us jacked up, got the laws or whatever. But I always knew in the back of my mind, and I kept trying to tell my sister that this lady was not cool. Like, God showed me people. He showed me things or whatever. And she didn't believe me or whatever. So my sister, she went and did 10 years flat in prison for drugs. She came out, she was telling me stories or whatever. She didn't have any more the papers or whatever and the tobacco or whatever that they had in the jailhouse. And she said, I think I was wrong for that. She said, but dang, I didn't have anything else to smoke on. So I tore some pages out of the Bible and I smoked my tobacco in jail. She was like, man, she said, I know I felt messed up for doing that. She was like, I wonder if God is going to get me for that or whatever. You know, it's just a lot of little things. And then so, anyway, you know, I'm saying all this to say it's our heart. It's not the matter of my sister smoking cigarettes, but she told me she would never stop smoking. She told me she wasn't going to. My sister was on her deathbed and I was with her. She cussed me out, made me take her up to the top tier in the hospital. First she cried. I said, you can't smoke. The nurse just left out of here and told me I can't let you smoke. No cigarettes. Whatever. She said, she cussed me out. She told me, if you don't bring your motherfucking ass over here, because she, you know, her leg was hurting. They had to put a rod in her leg before, and she told me, and put me in this fucking wheelchair and take me up to the top tier so I can smoke. I said, you can't, or whatever. She told me, I'm not playing with you. You better come and take me. She said, look, I don't care. She told me, really, I'm tired. And she said, I already know that I'm going to die. I don't care about that. She said, I'm at peace with myself. I already asked God. I keep asking God for forgiveness or whatever. She was like, you know, just take me up there to smoke. Because I wouldn't let her for like 5 days. And the last day, on Friday, she got so damn mad. She was like, you better take me. She said, I'm not playing with you. And so my pastor had gave her his jacket to wear at the church because I took her to church and everything or whatever because I believed that God could heal her. I knew he could have. But she was telling me, she told me she was tired of this life. She was tired. You know, we had went through so much in our life. And so she really had basically given up, you know. And, you know, she had cancer and it was in her throat. It went down to her breast. It went down to her leg. They put a rod in her leg or whatever. And, or whatever, because she had a hole in her leg. So, I'm saying all this to say, y'all, it doesn't, the things that we do in life, it doesn't come from the outer or whatever, what we put inside of our body, but know that if it's something bad for you, then it could cost you your life or do harm to you. And so you have to be ready and, you know, for your consequences that you're going to face, you know, when we do things. That's with any of us. That's anything that we do. Anything ugly that we do, you know, we have to be ready and waiting for the consequences that's going to be coming for us or whatever that we do out here physically, that we use our energy for, that we use, you know, we have to know that that's going to come back on us or whatever. You got old people that were so prejudiced in their lifetime, sitting out there in the nursing home so miserable and don't even have a soul that's there for them. Not even their own kids. Some of them didn't even have kids. And they're wondering why they're just sitting there stuck and left on this earth, you know, old age or whatever, just sitting out in the nursing home or whatever, because you treated black people wrong. You were ugly to black people and God left you here to just suffer it right there, you know. So people don't know how their karma is going to come back. So we have to be careful with that. I'm telling y'all, you know, it's black people that was racist or that's racist or whatever, you know, that's sitting out there going through the same thing. It's no different. All of us the same. So, you know, don't think I just be being on to, you know, other races. No, I mean it for all of us. Even myself, if I'm doing something wrong or whatever. So it's not what we put intake inside of our bodies or, you know, it's what come from our heart that makes us right, makes us pure, make our spirit heighten and make it where we can see properly, make it where we could function more better, make it where our energy is heavy and anointed and spiritual or whatever. It's the things that come from our heart that we operate. If we're operating good, and being good to people, or we're operating being ugly or whatever, we have to pick, we have to make a choice. And divine or whatever, people got folks on this journey or whatever thinking that it's something else. Oh, it's about a mate. I need someone to comfort me. And most of these people, it's lust and it's codependency. And they're sitting up here thinking, my divine, my divine, my divine. It take a lot to be divine. And you have to be, you have to be doing a lot of spiritual work, doing a lot of work on yourself to be good by people and all of that, to be divine. I don't understand why people isn't telling people. They thinking, oh, it's about a mate or whatever. I'm waiting on my divine masculine or my divine femme, and they're going to come like tomorrow. I'm just here to see what's going on with my divine masculine or my divine femme or whatever. Honey, if you think that this is what this journey is about, you got a long time coming. You got a lot to learn as well or whatever. So, I'm saying this to say or whatever, it's a lot of things that happen or whatever that we be blaming other people for in our life when it be us. It's nothing to do with no one else. You can't blame anyone else. It's all to do with us. We have to be right with people and right for ourselves. We can't just accuse people of stuff and be ugly to people because we feel the need or we feel that we want to treat people ugly and bad and wrong. So, guys, that's all I want to talk about. That was too much. And, yeah, I have to go. I have to go. Bye. God bless.